Stay. Good. Hi. Hello. You fucking lovely people. I'm anxious at the best of times, let alone when I get a message from Michael going, hey, you're free in 2 weeks? Do the feature? It turns out that last minute panic is the best way to make my brain do anything. So, who would have thought? ADHD? I don't know what you're talking about. So, I have 2 chapbooks for sale now. A week ago it was only 1. I made this a couple of years ago. Again, in the space of a week, when a friend said, oh, you've got a book I can sell at my shop, and I went, no. I said, can you? And I'm like, okay. So that one, this, The Hapless Mortal. I had a thought about a week or so ago of, you know what, I could just make like a page or 2 of the poems I'm doing on the night that people could take home with them. And then I finally chose all the poems and did the timing things and went, fuck, I've just made another book. And each one is unique, and I've put a special copywriting process in, which you will see as this toner line that runs across almost every page.
It marks the first edition. It's a collector's edition.
Well, this is only available tonight, or for 1 or 2 people who are a million miles away. But it is literally the set list. Maybe a few surprises, because people in the last 24 hours have gone, Hal, you know that poem? And I'm like, yeah. I really fucking love that one. I'm like, I've already printed 20 books. I'm not putting that. Fuck it, I'll just read it anyway. Thank you for being here. It's so many different circles and people, and yeah, I'm anxious at the best of times.
We love you, Hal.
I know, it's fucking great, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I've dealt with self-worth and self-hatred things for years, so much so I've got Be Kind tattooed on my wrist. Spider Robinson once said, if I deserve the friends I've got, I must be one hell of a guy, and it has fucking stayed with me. So I thought as an intro, one hell of a guy. There are so many I can do. So this one's called Who Are You? Oh yeah, and Michael, tell me when I need to shut the fuck up and get off the stage. Who are you? Who are you in your head in the world? She asked me. I started to respond with what I do and the circles I wander through, and she stopped me. No, I don't want to know what you do or where, who you are. Who are you in your head in the world? I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps I am a performance. Who I am is reflected in the eyes of the people around me. To many, I am friend. To some, probably, I am not friend. To many, I am loved. To some, I am lover. To as many as I can, myself included, I am kind. I am a wonderful contradiction. I am a ball of pain, yet a beacon of joy. I am learning to hate myself less while voicing joy and love for all around me. I am so fucking weary, yet celebratory of you. I won't move myself to the kitchen, but I'll move a mountain for you. I am a safe harbour, of a shoulder to cry on, a warm hug, a heard word, a seer of tears fought back. I am flawed, beautifully so. A rainbow hue of pain, of grief, of depression, of love, of celebration of people. I am a fucking delight. And that takes energy. And sheer fucking will. I am so tired and cannot wait for eternal rest. Who am I in my head in the world? I am a beautiful smartass. A self-deprecating but not self-hating bundle of love. I am quick of wit, especially when given 3 to 6 months' notice. I really like that line. Who am I in my head in the world? I am tired and flawed and weary and grieving oh so much. But when I bring that to the stage, or my conversations, or to my lovers and friends, or in how I am in the world, I see how I am in your head. Just a spark, just a moment, and I feel less tired, less flawed, less weary, still grieving though. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yep.
Who am I in my head in the world? I'm not entirely sure. In my head, in the world, does not exist in a vacuum. I show up in all the poems I've written and all the ones yet to write. All the tears I've shed in joy and sadness, all the love I give and receive, all the agonized collapses and breaths through gritted teeth, all the laughter, and all the quiet moments in between too.
Yes.
Usually I signify kind of a break in the poems by taking a step back, but I only went through the front window. There definitely would have been a break in the poems.
Yes.
And in the poet, probably.
Yeah, your biggest breakthrough.
My biggest breakthrough. Died like he lived, being a smart ass on a microphone. I write about a lot of different topics, and it's really wonderful to see so many people here tonight who know me as different flavors, different ways of being. Some have surprised the fuck out of me by saying, "Oh yeah, have a good night, I won't be there," and then walk through the fucking door. You know who you are. At least 3 of you. So I write on topics like grief and love and chronic pain and depression because write what you know, really. But it helps. I don't need to speak it. My psychologist gets paid to do that.
Yes.
But I've found it useful to have conversations about it, to do it on the microphone, because it makes me feel less alone, but hopefully it makes other people do too. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then that's okay too.
Good.
This one's called Blackened Stone. I sit beside the blackened stone that still gleams after all these years. The golden writing etched upon has not faded. It encompasses a lifetime in the dash between the 2 dates. It tries to sum up 70 years in a handful of words and fails fucking spectacular. As I sit on green grass beneath a blue sky and tell you of my world, of my niece, your granddaughter, on her first birthday today, you'd be proud. You always were, of all of us. As I sit, a yellow flower has poked its way up through the grass. It's where your heart would be. Well, 6 or so feet higher and about 10 years after its last beat, but that flower grows. A beauty sitting in a field of green grass below a blue sky, surrounded by black stones and golden names. And as my stories draw to a close, I get up. I pick my cane off your grave and don my hat. I leave the flower unpicked. Goodbye, old man, until I visit again.
Yep.
And with tears heavy in my eyes, I leave behind the blackened stones with golden script, still gleaming with memories and untold story. Thank you. Just realized, yep, cool, this will be fun. I've spent more time making this in the last week than I have in 4 years of doing anything. There's a reason the most professional thing I do is either cat sit, be on the board of directors for Mother Tongue as mischief maker, literally that is my title, and disabled poet. None of these are hour-intensive kind of jobs.
Cats.
Cats are great. They nap as much as I do. It's fucking brilliant. Don't have to take them for walks. Brilliant. So this is called The Poet's Words. That's gonna give context. Fuck it. I sit in the audience and listen to the poets. Strangers and friends, facets and gems, worldviews I haven't seen before through lenses that aren't my own. I sit in the audience in agony. My back is being its eternal and infernal self, spasms up my spine, pain resonates from core to fingertip, brain in fight or flight, not sustainable, but hey, it's only been going for a decade. I sit beside a friend, a loved and dear friend. I have one hand held tight against my quivering midriff, knuckles white. At war with the red splotches under the skin, it is a focus, a place to put the pain, fingernails in flesh and muscles solid as old-growth trees and are just as forgiving. My other hand is held open, as soft as I can make the fingertips, as gentle as I can. It rests upon my friend's leg. And through that touch, I am grounded. Grounded isn't quite right. The process doesn't stop. I am grounding, ongoing. I draw strength from them and from my will to survive. I consciously relax my jaw and put that grittedness of teeth into my clenched left hand. It shakes with all the pressure and energy and pain. I consciously relax my right hand and be open to my friend's freely given love and strength. They tighten their grip on my forearm, an action of support and love, as my left hand clenches and my right hand loosens and the pain washes over me, through me. I sit in the audience and listen to the poets. Through aching jaw and muscles, through pain-racked brain, I let the poet's words wash over me, and my left hand loosens just a little, with the balm of love and friends and poetry. One of the things about chronic pain and fight or flight being a constant thing is I sweat like a bastard. This is my winter outfit. T-shirt included, thanks to Fleecy. It says live, laugh, lube. Fuck this one. Alright. I don't know why I'm surprised. I wrote this fucking thing. It's another grief one. I lost a part of me. I've written on him before. He was a dear friend of mine. And in mid-2017, he called me up on a Sunday afternoon and said, "Hey, have you tried ketamine? It's great, you should try it sometime." I knew that would be an odd sentence to start the conversation with. He'd been admitted to hospital. And so I flew up to Brisbane and spent 10 days sitting by his bedside table. And he died during the pandemic. And so I got to wail in fucking agony at his absence. And I was working out what pieces I wanted to do tonight, and I wanted to do this. It's called Darling John. And it rhymes, which is odd-ish. When he knocked on my door, he brought the darkness with him, to share with me, to drink with me, and hopefully to be seen. When he knocked on my door, he brought 2 bottles with him, to share with me and drink with me and let things be unseen. His heart was heavy, his mind awash, a darkness in his soul. But company of mine he sought, and I strived to make him whole. 2 bottles drawn and glasses poured of this fine amber drink. So there we sat, 2 shadowed men, and in our minds did sink. I knew that when he poured them out, my life would never be the same. And still that memory lingers on. It helps if I don't do 2 pages. And I will not forget his name. They say some mixes should not happen, but often they still do. Like oil and fire, blood and bone, me and you. I'm glad I get to hold your heart within me now you're gone. And so I shall raise up a glass to your memory, darling John.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just got 2 more,
Yep.
and then maybe some more. I don't know. Time's weird. All right. One that is a little less fucking heavy. Maybe, I don't know how I'll do it. Anyway, it's called A High I Chase. There is a high that I chase, a drug I crave, the endorphins that I need, the hit of dopamine, that escape that I am looking for. It is an elusive creature. After years of tracking its habits and patterns, I still only get it once or twice a year. Enough to keep me hooked, but not enough to sate my hunger. I have found it in little cafes in Paris, hostels in Berlin and Edinburgh, from the hands of friends, or darkened little stores in lost laneways. Luck occasionally winds my path to where I need to be. I have hunted it in lofts and attics, covered in bird poop, dust and grime, both myself and my quarry. I have heard whispers on the wind that it might be found at certain sales on particular days. I still hunt for this elusive prey. The hit when I find it, oh, the tears that flow, my heart it soars, I smile, and for a moment I am free. I then caress a vanquished friend. Dog-eared and moth-eaten, it has given me the hit I need. It has not been made lesser, and it is to be treasured. A world that I have delved into so deep that I get to forget my own. I am standing there, on the inn's steps, or the house at the end of the world, or in Ankh-Morpork on the disc, or drinking in Callahan's Cross-Time Saloon, somewhere, lost in another place and time. I have walked across their worlds, drank at their rivers and bars, sat on their hills, and kissed the pretty maidens, and kissed the pretty knights too. My heart soars, and then they come down. The hit of reality once more, the jolt as I land back in this world. I lovingly add the book to my collection, a once spectacular high, now a pale reminder of it. I often revisit the pages, the worlds, the people, and sometimes, just sometimes, I find that high again. Often though, I must keep hunting for the next book I've never heard of, but now can't live without. Thank you. So you know how I mentioned that there are occasionally poems that didn't make it into the book because they were mentioned to me today? This is one of them. It's called Stormfront. Lights, oh hang on, yeah. I wrote this one, this is one of my pretty fucking early on when I started writing poems. 6, 7 years ago now. Fucking, yeah. I love it. How you feel about it is up to you.
Yes, yeah.
It's called Stormfront. Lights flicker in a darkened sky, thunder roars from the quiet night. The rain doesn't fall here yet, but I can smell it. It comes. A grumble on the horizon, a promise of any washing on the line to be doubly clean by the time it passes. A flash and darkness absolute. The absence of noise as all electrics in the house go silent. I count. 1 and 2, then the rumble. The storm approaches. It's only 2 k's or so out. The skies flicker as a bolt strikes the next suburb over. And 1, and the rumble is quicker now. It's closer, I can smell it. Petrichor, isn't that a beautiful word?
Yeah.
It's the smell of rain on hot earth.
Yes, yes.
The sporadic beats of rain ahead of the pack strike my window, teasing with the promise of things to come. The cool breeze through the opening hits my face and heralds the arrival of the storm. I wait. Not long now. I'm captured as a light rain plays across my open window and sprays over me with a loving chill. The breeze is stronger now. I shiver. I lie here in anticipation of my unexpected weathery lover. I didn't think he'd be here tonight. With his chill touch and liquid spray, my skin is kissed by drops of rain. It builds. The cold touch makes me flinch and shiver, but still I long for this. Another flash and rumble, the drops fall faster now. The rain strikes my skin and moistens the bed around me. I can't take this much longer, I think to myself. The storm front arrives. The wall of water that hits my open window leaves me gasping and the bed drenched. That's it. Too much, I cry aloud. I fling the sodden bed sheets back and scramble. I slam the window shut with a breathy sigh and fall back onto the pillows. Enough of that, I mutter. Wiping the liquid from my face and body with a nearby towel, I half-heartedly dab at the moisture on the bed and pillows. But I know that they will dry eventually. I'll just sleep on the other side tonight. My lover drums his watery beat against my window pane.
Yes, yes.
And I fall asleep.
Yep. Yes!
I'll do one more and then I need another drink. Because alcohol goes well with coding. As suggested by my GP. Literally, I used to keep them very separate, like wine here because I can stumble home, or codeine out to manage the back injury at other places. And I said, how close can I have them together? She said, do you get drowsy when you take the codeine? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh, you can wash it down with wine. My GP. Considering that the only warfarin I could get is probably rat poison, I'm good.
That's true.
Yeah. So this is where the title of the book comes from. And I wrote it 12 months ago, pretty much to the day. It's called I Am the Hapless Mortal. Tonight I went to a celebration of Beltane as well as to a Halloween party. Both parties encouraged us to dress in whatever attire felt comfortable. Some folks were forest sprites, others were elements or aspects of animals and ideas. Some folks were vampires, the undead or other creatures of the night. One was dressed in a blue onesie and was a wild owl. One in a red corset with yellow and orange crepe paper and was a sexy nuclear explosion. 1,000 different identities and forms. I dressed as a creature found in both these environments. At Beltane, I was the hapless mortal. The one who wanders into the Fey courts. The one who battles wits with the fair folk, yet does not realize he is unarmed and outmaneuvered. The one who, when asked for their name, gives it enthusiastically. The one who never leaves the courts. At Halloween, I was, again, the hapless mortal. The one who suggests the party split up to explore the haunted house. The one who taunts the oh-so-fake decorations and ends up in pieces. The one who dies in the first 10 minutes of the film to set the mood.
Yeah.
The one who is the comedic relief until their life is relieved comedically. I love this character to play. In both environments, this character is nothing special. No superpowers, no innate abilities, no expectations of overcoming impossible odds. No. This character is normal. They are human, they make choices, they make mistakes, and it feels like such a wonderfully easy and uncomplicated character. But for now, I am home, hopefully to dream simple dreams of being a hapless mortal, wandering the Fey courts and enjoying the tasty dishes on display. Thank you.
Yes! Yes!
So let's have a break. What do you reckon? Or am I doing your job? Fuck off.
Oh, fantastic.
10, 15 minutes? Cool. 10, 15 minutes, buy a drink, buy a book, buy raffle tickets. I'm going to go sit and just chill for a moment.
You're gonna